important statistical parameters. Pag wala ka po ng statistical parameter na yan, ay wala tayo mag-form na bell shape. And what is our answer, children? Definitely the mean and the standard deviation. Do not forget that. Oops. And this perfect bell shape occurs when data elements are close to the mean, with most elements centered around the mean. Ma'am, what are these elements around the mean value? Naku, isipin mo yan. What are these elements that are centered around the mean? And these elements should be close to the mean value to achieve that perfect bell shape. Ano answer natin doon? Standard deviation values. Oops, so therefore, let us study this one by one quickly. Children, -1 standard deviation up to +1 standard deviation, what is the equivalent confidence limit of plus or minus 1s? 68.27% to be exact. Next, -2 standard deviation up to +2 standard deviation, what is the equivalent confidence limit? 95%. To be exact, 95.45%. Take a photo, please, guys, of this illustration. Kailangan mo, para makuha mo yung exact number, please. And -3 standard deviation up to +3 standard deviation, what is the equivalent confidence limit or reference limit? What is the answer, children? 99.73%, or sometimes we say 99.7%. Question, alam ko tatanungin mo yan, Mama, bakit ba inaaral si Gaussian curve? Children, because Gaussian curve is also known as the normal frequency curve. Write it, please. Also known as the normal distribution curve. Normal frequency curve, normal distribution curve. Children, ito lang ang pinapapicture ko sa iyo. I'm very particular with intellectual property right. Alam mo naman yung book mo may nakalagay ng IPL, Intellectual Property Right Number. That is the intellectual property right with certification number of my book. Very important yan, guys. Okay? What else? So, that's the reason why, totoo ang sinasabi ni Sir Ryan Moraleta, hindi pwedeng i-record, hindi pwedeng i-manufacture sa aming mga lectures. Kasi alam mo naman, that is with intellectual property right code number. Okay? So, oops, ito ang pinapicture ko lang sa'yo. Sa iyo yan, you don't post it in the universe. Bakit kailangan mo tandaan yan? Normal frequency curve, normal distribution curve. Tandaan mo yung point system niya na number. Huwag mo kakalimutan niya, baka ilagay sa boarding exam, yung ganyang numbers, okay? What else? Bakit kailangan aralin ito, ma'am? Children, one of these limits, 1s, 2s, 3s, 68, 95, 99.7%. One of these limits is the ideal reference limit. Ma'am, ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Lahat ng memorize mo na reference values starting from fasting blood glucose or fasting blood sugar, which is 70 to 99 milligram per deciliter, up to, buksan mo yung book mo, hanggang kay toxicol, hanggang kay therapeutic drug monitoring, makikita mo may mga values na nag-a-appear dyan. Tanong, paano po na-compute yan, ma'am? Ibabalik ko sa iyo yung inquiry na yan. Therefore, which of these limits is the basis of all the reference values in clinical chemistry? The computation of the reference values in clinical chemistry came from this limit. 68, 95, or 99%. Naku, wag mo kalilimutan na question na yan. 68, 95, or 99%. Naomi Pompa and Kaisel John Fernandez, excellent. What is their answer? 95%. Kaya pala, ma'am, tinanong mo kanina, what is the ideal reference limit? Anong answer ko, children? What is the ideal reference limit? 2S. Do not forget that. Ma'am, ibig mo sabihin, lahat po ng reference value, yung cholesterol less than 200 milligram per deciliter. Check. It came from plus or minus 2S, 95%. Lahat ng reference values sa clinical chemistry, including the values of the control samples. Huwag kalilimutan. Oops. Ayan. Ma'am, may mga ganyan pong question sa board exam. Huwag ka matatakot dyan. Children, kahit gawin mong black and white yan, kasi syempre yung test paper natin, black and white lang naman. Ma'am, kahit gawin black and white, masasagot ko yung question. Of course. Guys, nakalagay dito ha, a shift in the mean is an accuracy problem. Children, first question, which of the four colors is the perfect bell shape? Curve. The that will tell you that is the perfect bell shape. Red, excellent. Ma'am, paano po sa board exam? Black and white siya. Eh, kahit gawin black and white yan. No, si green gawing letter A, si red gawing letter B, si blue gawing letter C, si yellow gawing letter D. Ay, wala problema. Ito ang kinuha ko may color para ma-appreciate mo. Kasi virtual learner ka, children. Virtual. Okay? So therefore, the perfect bell-shaped, that is the red color. Next question. Tinanong ka sa exam. A shift in the mean. Oh my goodness gracious. I love that question. Is an accuracy problem. Children, which of the colors, curved colors, is the shift in the mean value? Alin dyan ang shift in the mean value? A shift in the mean value is an accuracy problem. Is it the green? Is it the blue? Is it the yellow? Definitely not the red, because red is the perfect bell shape. So which of the remaining colors will tell you that is shift in the mean? Excellent. Fernandez, Kaizel, John, and Christine Brinas, and Raymark Magleo. Uulitin ko ha. Kung, ma'am, nahiya po ako maglagay ng answer sa chat box. It doesn't matter. Ang importante po ay may answer ka. Because that is always I would say, the mission of Pioneer Educational Review Center. When you sit in this review program, it means you are willing, your heart is open to answer all these questions. Hindi po namin sinasabi na yung mga tinatanong at binibigay namin sa inyo, anong tawag dito? Lecture questions, yung mga lalabas sa board exam. Hindi po namin sinasabi yan. Pinag-pray namin na sana yung tama, children. Hindi namin sinasabi, ma'am, lahat po ba ng tinuturo ng Pioneer Education Review Center lumalabas sa board exam? Naku, tanongin nyo na lang yung mga nag-review sa amin noon. Ma'am, yung tinuturo mo ba, Dr. Rodriguez, lalabas sa board exam? Hindi ko din alam. Tanong nyo na lang yung mga dating nakinig sa akin. They would tell you the story, children. Pero, guys, tinatanong kita ngayon, ha? Which of the following is shift in the mean? Lahat ng binanggit kong pangalan up to Raymark Magleo. Excellent. What is that color? Green. Kasi pag sinabi mong shift in the mean, lumipat yung buong Gaussian curve. Lumipat siya. Oh, that is the green color. Shift in the mean. Children, what is that error? Nakalagay that shift in the mean is an accuracy problem. What is that accuracy problem? What is that variation? What is that error causing shift in the mean value? Causing shift in the entire Gaussian curve. What is that accuracy problem? 10 seconds. Naku, ang talino talaga ng mga alaga ko talaga. Excellent. Bautista Judith and Rezo Joanette and Kristen Breñas. Oh, a shift in the mean is an example of what? Systematic error, including the four ladies, Cabubas, Castillo, De La Cruz, and Martinez. Excellent. Ma'am, are you telling us shift in the mean is a systematic error? Naman. Alam ko, tatanungin niyo ako, ma'am, ano pong systematic error? Isn't it I gave you examples of systematic error, improper calibration, up to impracticability, poorly written procedure? Those are examples of systematic errors that may cause what? Shift in the mean. Kaya pala binigyan mo kami, ma'am, ng examples? Naman. Next, increase in SD is a precision problem. Children, which of the remaining colors is increase in SD? Is a precision problem. Which of the remaining colors is the precision problem or increase in SD? Alam mo kung face-to-face ito, masaya ito kasi makikita ko yung expression ninyo. Kasi pag tinatanong ko noong Facebook, payuko ng payuko. Titingin sa at walang nagsi-CR. Amazing. Okay. Alam mo, in fairness isa lang ang umanswer. Okay, dalawa na. The correct answer is none other than, it is not yellow. It is orange. Mukha kasi siyang yellow. It is orange. Rafael Christine and Kaizel Fernandez and Judith Bautista and also Ray Mark Magleo. He was the first he was the first student who answered yellow. Hindi actually yellow, it is orange. Mukha talaga siyang yellow, Ray Mark. Don't worry, but you are excellent. So those who answered yellow or orange actually yan. Mom, bakit yun ang answer hindi blue? Children, nakikita mo ba yung laki ng eyes ko? Pag sinabi natin increase in SD is a measure of dispersion, isn't it? So when you say increase in SD, then values are dispersed. Values do not agree with one another. So what happened to your curve? It turns shorter and wider because values are what? Dispersed. That's why it is a precision problem. So when you say increase in SD, what is the precision problem? Specifically, what is that error? If shift in the mean is systematic error, then increase in SD is a what? Random error. Excellent, right? Raiso, Joanette. Oops, may binili na ko sa'yo kanina. Mean is a measure of what? Systematic error. Inaccuracy. And SD is a measure of what? Random error. Also known as imprecision. Nagkakaintindihan ba tayo mga kapatid sa paniniwala? So therefore, what is the purpose of the Gaussian curve? It determines analytical errors. It will also tell you that there is accuracy and there is precision. Next question, what are the errors that can be determined using Gaussian curve? Oh, kita mo na dito may illustration pa. Either systematic and or random error. Children, do not forget the shift in the mean. My goodness gracious. That is systematic error because mean is a measure of what? Accuracy as well as inaccuracy. How about, take note, random error, Kristen Brinas, excellent, few sum. Cumulative sum graph, nako. I'm a very specific professor, children. Sabi ko sa iyo ulit, quality control charts are made for two reasons. One, to monitor reliability. Ano sasabihin mo na naman? Ma, bago na naman word yun, ma. Ay, naku. Tingnan mo dyan sa book mo nakalagay. Nakadefine yan. Under parameter in QC, what is reliability? There is accuracy plus precision. Oh my goodness gracious. It's in your book. Tingnan mo yung page 1 or 2. It says there, one of the QC parameters is reliability. And what is reliability, ma'am? Simple definition. Reliability means there is accuracy and precision. Kaya di ba, anong sabi ng ating mga medical doctors? Oh, clinical chemistry section, may I know if this result has reliability? Anong ibig sabihin ng medical doctor? Accurate pa itong result na to? Inulit-ulit mo ba? Yes, doc. Magkakalapit ba ang resulta? Hindi lang, doc, magkakalapit. Eksaktong-eksakto. So, ano sabi ni doctor? Precisely. Did you get that, guys? So, therefore, what is reliability? Accuracy plus precision. Therefore, quality control charts are made to monitor reliability. Nako, si QSA may exception na. Oo, nagmo-monitor siya ng reliability. Kaya lang, what error only? Systematic. It only monitors systematic error. What type of systematic error? My goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Trend. Naku, hindi ko lang sa iyo sinabing systematic error. Specifically, trend error. Mom, are you saying trend is an is a type of systematic error. Matagal na, children. Ngayon ko lang nalaman. Naku, alam mo yan, kaya lang nung nasa third year ka, kasagsagan ng pandemic, anong sabi mo sa professor mo sa Chem? Ano ba yan? Turo ba ng turo ng QSA? May pandemic na. O, eto na, board exam. Ano sasabihin mo? Oh, wow. Kaya pala, ma'am, alam mo, ma'am, yung professor ko sa Chem, pinagsak ko sa evaluation. Yun ang lagi niya tinuturo sa amin. Kawawa naman yung professor mo. Oh, kaya pag nakapasa ka sa board exam, mag-sorry ka sa kanya, "Dear Madam, dear Sir, natatandaan mo po ba yung evaluation na bumagsak ka? Ako po ang dahilan noon." You have to apologize. Lalo na pag naging top-notcher ka. Ma'am, bakit pa ulit-ulit ka, magiging top-notcher ba kami, Dr. Rodriguez? Aba, hindi ako magpapaabot ng 12:00 ng madaling araw dito kung hindi ka magta-top notcher. Hello. Una, alam mo na ang color ng control. Nako, kung hindi ka pa mag-top notcher, ewan ko lang. Higit sa lahat, alam mo na may standard sample. Akalain mo yan? Anong istura niya? Colorless. Lalo proud na proud ka sa sarili mo pagkatapos ng lecture. There are 2 sources of control samples. In fairness, pa-human base ka na. Pa-bovine base ka na. Kung ano-ano na ang sinasabi mo. O ano pa nadagdagan? There is QSAM. O, hindi lahat ng errors kaya niya i-detect. Systematic, specifically trend. Ma'am, how would I know that the illustration in the test paper, ma'am, is QSAM? Kasi kapag bell shape, Gaussian curve yon. Basta makakita ka ng bell shape, naku, Diyos ko Lord, nakita mo bell shape, masagot mo QSAM, ikaw lang ang mali. Because what is bell shape? Gaussian curve, di ba? Friend, nagkamali ako sa board exam, friend. Bakit anong mali mo? Tinanong, what is this QC chart? O anong shape? Bell. Ano answer mo, QSAM? Ano sabi sa'yo? Ano ba yan? Di ba nasagot? O di ba? Nagko-collapse ka. Ma'am, ano pong itsura ni QSAM? Letter V. Kaya tawag sa kanya V mask method. Ops, anong advantage niya? It detects trend, systematic error. It has V-mask method, easy to identify. Kaya lang ano ang kanyang biggest disadvantage? It requires computer implementation. Nako! What is that quality control chart that cannot be drawn on graphing paper? Hindi mo daw siya pwedeng i-drawing. Nako, what is the answer? QSAM. Ma'am, si Gaussian curve ba? Pwede kong i-drawing sa Gaussian, sa histogram, sa graphing paper? Pwede. Si QSAM. It requires full computerization. Ayan ang itsura niya. Take a photo, please. Kuha mo ng picture si QSAM. Baka mamaya sa board exam, ipa-identify sa'yo yung chart na yan. Ma'am, kaya pala letter V, ay syempre, meron kang upper V, meron kang lower V. Okay, take note ha. O, ito pa, meron pang isa, parang letter V din, hindi nga lang ganun ka-pointed yung isang picture. Take note of that, children. Next, ops, Uden plot. What is the purpose of Uden? Oh my goodness gracious. If there is one QC chart that is made to compare control values. Compare control values coming from one laboratory, compare it to another laboratory. That is Uden plot. Take note. Oops, may natanong na yan ng pre-pandemic, baka ulitin ha. What is the particular quality control chart that we have to remember the X and Y axis. Bakit may X and Y axis dyan? Malapit na. Makikita mo yung picture. Ayan. Remember that Uden plot is also known as the twin, TWIN, kambal, twin plot. My gosh. Meron kang V-mask chart, meron kang bell-shaped chart, at meron kang twin plot. The twin chart. Why? Because you have there the X and the Y axis. Okay, we have the X and the Y axis. Ma'am, ano pong ibig sabihin ng X and Y axis na yan, ma'am? Children. Well, madali lang po yan. Pag sinabi nating Y, okay, sa the Y axis, pag sinabi nating Y axis and the and the x-axis, take note. In the y-axis, you have mean value in the middle, and you have the standard deviations surrounding the mean value. Doon naman sa ating x-axis, you also have, take note, the mean value surrounded also by standard deviation values. Ay, kaya pala ma'am tinawag na twin plot. Check. Because there are two representations of statistical values. There are two sets of statistical values present in y and x axis. Ma'am, bakit kailangan two sets of stat values? Y-axis from one laboratory. X-axis coming from one laboratory. The values in the y-axis coming from one laboratory. The values in the x-axis, one laboratory, a different laboratory. So therefore, this is made to compare control values. Gaussian curve, Q-sum, and Uden plot. Remember, what are the values placed in every quality control chart? Control values. Next question. Ma'am, ano pong kaya niyang i-identify na error? Tingnan mo yung nasa book mo. Random, ma'am, o systematic error? Children, pwedeng random, pwedeng systematic errors. It can be identified by Uden plot. However, it's more on systematic error because we are comparing control values. You are comparing you are actually comparing the accuracy and precision of the machines, clinical chemistry equipment, and reagents. So therefore, more on systematic errors. Can we identify random error? Yes. Systematic error? Yes. But more on what? Systematic errors. Pareho sila ng Gaussian. Pwedeng random, pwedeng systematic. Q-sum, only systematic error. Trend, to be specific. Next, the Shewhart-Levy-Jennings chart. When you say Shewhart-Levy-Jennings chart, this is the most commonly used quality control chart, also known as the dot. Tingnan mo guys, ang daming dots. Pag sinabi natin dot, every dot is actually equivalent to a calendar day. Calendar day. Every dot is equivalent to a control value. Next, this is the most widely used quality control chart in clinical chemistry section, and it allows the laboratorians to apply multiple rules with or without a computer. Children, what is that quality control chart that you cannot draw? Even if you have a graphing paper, you cannot draw it on a graphing paper because it requires full computerization. Q-sum, excellent Kimberly and Cabubas Castillo, De La Cruz Martinez, Kimberly Bote and Amar and Briñas and Kaisel John Fernandez, excellent Q-sum. Alam ko itatanong mo to sa akin. Ma'am, si Gaussian curve pwedeng i-drawing? Yes. Ma'am, si Levy-Jennings pwedeng i-drawing? Yes. Ma'am, si Uden pwedeng i-drawing? Ay, napakadali ng X and Y axis. Po si Q-sum, very challenging. That's why it requires full computerization. How come the Shewhart-Levy-Jennings chart is the most commonly used, ma'am? Number one, it allows the laboratorians to apply multiple rules, multiple control rules to be specific, multiple control rules with or without a computer. How come this is the most commonly used chart, ma'am? Because you can easily identify random and systematic error. Sabi nga ni Shewhart-Levy and Jennings, just follow the dots. You can easily identify random and systematic error. So, syempre, tatanungin mo ko, ma'am, sabi mo kanina, every fully automated chemistry analyzer has a quality control chart. Check. Ma'am, ano pong quality control chart ang makikita ko sa fully automated chemistry analyzer? Levy-Jennings chart. That's why this is the most commonly used. Huwag mong kalilimutan yan sa board exam, guys. What is the chart that is embedded in fully automated chemistry analyzer? LJ. Next question. Tandaan mo si picture. Meron kang bell shape, V mask, twin plot, X and Y axis, and you have dot chart. Ma'am, paano pag sa board exam tanggalin yung mga dots? Malilito na po ako. Paano ko malalaman, ma'am, na si Levy-Jennings chart yan? Or si Shewhart chart without dots? Ay, madali lang. Take note, guys, ha? Oops, take note of my cursor. What are these numbers below the chart? Na siya lang ang meron niya. All the quality control charts, you don't see these numbers. What are these numbers below the chart? These numbers are what? Calendar days. Ay, kaya pala mo 1, 2, 3, hanggang 30. Check. Next question. What are these numbers naman pag na nasa y-axis? Yung nasa y-axis, control values. Yung nasa x-axis, calendar days. Ma'am, binanggit mo na naman yung y and x axis. Di ba, ma'am, yung y and x axis sa twin plot? Aha. But in twin plot, both the x and y axis are what? Statistical values. Huwag mong kalilimutan yan. Sino may calendar days? Si Levy-Jennings chart. Next question. Oops, ma'am, may nakita ko sa taas control number 2. So, merong control number 1. Tama. Oops, may nakita ka rin, heading, cholesterol. Ma'am, ano pong ibig sabihin yan? Children, what is the rule in clinical chemistry? There should be 2 quality control charts in every chemistry test. Oh, alam ko na sasabihin mo, ma'am, if there are 100 chemistry tests, total of 100 chemistry tests, there are 200 charts that should be reviewed and should be monitored every day. Relax. Ang meron lang pong quality control chart, routine test. Nako. Paano mo nga sasabihin na routine test yon? There should be how many test requests at least every day to be considered as a routine test? How? Alam niyo, natatawa ako sa itsura ko dito sa video. Tinitiis ko lang, children. Kasi nag-lecture ako. Alam mo guys, ayoko kasing tanggalin yung video kasi gusto ko makita mo yung facial expression ko. Marami nagre-request niyan. I would like to see the facial expression of Dean Rodriguez. Eto, kasi it adds during the board exam daw. Naaalala nila yung boses ko at facial expression ko. I don't know if that is true. Ang gagaling talino talaga. Dapat 1 to 10 dito sa Pioneer. 1 to 10 notchers, top notchers. Excellent, at least 20. So, ang tanong na naman natin, ma'am, ibig mong sabihin, ma'am, hindi lahat ng chemistry tests may quality control chart, tumpak. Only the routine tests. Kaya pala nakita ko, ma'am, dyan, cholesterol. Correct. Ma'am, bakit kailangan 2 control charts? Because one for normal control, the other one for abnormal control sample. Next question. Ma'am, are you telling us that quality control chart, ma'am, quality control chart should only be take note plotted using control values? Tama. Starting from Gaussian curve, bakit ba siya naging bell shape? Bakit may V shape? Bakit may X and Y axis? And why do you have these dots? In short, all the values placed in every quality control chart, starting from Gaussian down to short Levy-Jennings, are all what? Control values. Ma'am, ibig mong sabihin, lahat na nakalagay dyan na dots, V-shape, X and Y, bell shape, these are all control values. Check. Ma'am, bakit control values lang pwede mong ilagay sa quality control charts? Of course, because quality control chart is made to monitor on a daily basis reliability. On a daily basis, accuracy and precision. Not only that, to also check if there is inaccuracy and imprecision. And between the standard sample and the control samples, which between the 2 known samples will tell you and me that there is accuracy and precision in every test in chemistry. The standard sample or the control samples? Ano answer natin? Control samples. Therefore, the control sample values should be plotted in every quality control chart. Because control samples are made to monitor accuracy and precision equivalent to reliability. Do not forget that. OPS, what is the most commonly used? Levy-Jennings chart. Huwag kalilimutan. Glucose, choline, triglyceric, BU, and urea, those are the universal routine tests. So malamang you only have 12 unless there are many tests requests in your laboratory. Next, para lalo kang powerful sa board exam. Naku, pag tinanong ito to children, what is that quality control chart described as it is described as the quality control chart with a Gaussian curve on its side. Gaussian curve on its side. Nasa gilid, nasa side niya. Naku, sino daw yun? Ma'am, Gaussian curve, di ba si bell shape yun? Tama. Pag tinignan mo daw itong quality control chart na to, may makikita kang bell shape. Oh my goodness gracious. What is that? Take note, what is that particular chart where, do not forget, you can see a bell shape. Hindi, pero ang tanong, ma'am, baka naman si Gaussian curve yan. What is the answer? Levy-Jennings. Do not forget that that is LJ Justin Ann Amar. Excellent. That is Levy-Jennings. Present, ang tawag sa kanya, it is known as the Gaussian curve on the side. Or sometimes we call it the Gaussian curve at the side. Oh my God. Side, yung gilid. What is the answer? Levy-Jennings. Mom, bakit yun nagkaroon ng bell shape? Because if you are going to connect all the dots, you connect all the dots, nakalagay kay Bishop yan, 2018 edition, even the 6th edition, even the other editions, nakalagay guys, sabi ni Bishop, if you will connect all the dots, do not be surprised. You will see a bell shape inside. That is Levy-Jennings. Next question. How come this is the most commonly used? The Levy-Jennings chart. Well, you can easily identify trend. My goodness gracious. Huwag natin kalilimutan to children. What is trend? Gradual loss of reliability in the test system. Okay? Gradual loss of reliability in the test system. That is trend. Take note. Gradual. Ma, bakit naka-underline yung gradual? Naku, importante yan. Next question. Ma, saan po galing yung trend? Nakalagay sa book mo. Trend is formed by control values. Do not ever forget that statement. Trend is formed by control values. Galing sa control values yan. Ma, bakit control values na naman? Kasi po si control values, ang pinaplot mo sa mga quality control charts. Kaya saan galing yung mga errors na yan? Because of the control values, you were able to discover there are analytical errors. Take note of that. So trend is formed by control values which are either increasing or decreasing. Take note, 6 days or more. Ma'am, ibig mo po sabihin, bigyan kami ng situation sa board exam, may picture. Then nakita namin, the control values are decreasing, but just 4 days. That is not trend. Just 3 days or 5 days. That is not trend. Sasabihin mo lang trend, continuously increasing or decreasing 6 days at least or more. So nakita mo dito guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Decreasing. That is trend. Ops, what is the main cause? Deterioration of reagents. Ops, ano ba ang deterioration of reagent children? Random or systematic error? Kasi ang clinical chemistry po ay analysis. Maraming, ma'am, sabi nila sa board exam daw, may mga umiiyak sa actual board exam. O, ikukwento ko sa iyo bukas yan. Totoo yan. Children, ma'am, excellent. Galing talaga ng mga student. Then, Chris Raymark Magleo, Briñas, Naomi, Pompa, excellent, and Justin Ann Amar, systematic error. Mom, are you telling us that the main cause of trend is systematic error. Tumpak. Example of that main cause. What is that main cause? Deterioration of reagent. Other causes. Guys, ang sinabi ko, other causes. Basahin mo pong maigi ang question. Which of the following is the main cause of trend? Oh my goodness gracious. Even if it is identification. Deterioration of reagent. Ma'am, wala nakalagay na deterioration. Nakalagay systematic, random, constant, blah, blah, blah. Systematic error. Take note. Next, other causes. Deteriorating light source, diminishing lamp power, deteriorating control material. But ano yung first? Deterioration of reagent. Next, ops, shift. Ay, kaya pala may underline. Because this is sudden change. Even in the ASCPI exam, guys, which alam mo naman yan, children, with all humility, I am part of the ASCPI review in the Philippines. Lagi ko sinasabi yan, si shift, siya yung sudden change. Sudden shift, sudden. Ops. Pwede ring abrupt change. Sudden or abrupt change in the test performance because gradual is the trend. Next question. Ops. Saan galing si shift? This is again formed by control values either situated in the upper or lower side of the mean for 6 days or more. Either situated on the upper mean or lower mean 6 days or more continuously. Example, tingnan mo ito nasa picture. Starting day 8 until day 20. Lagpas pa ng 6 days. All control values nandun lang sa lower mean. Continuously, oh, that is shift. Or, imagine mo guys lahat ito nandun sa upper mean. Continuously, ganyan-ganyan din ang itsura. Pero nasa upper mean naman ang position niya. 6 days or more, continuous, not increasing, not decreasing, not even crossing the mean line. Just upper mean or just lower mean, not crossing the mean line. That is shift. What is the main cause of shift? Improper calibration of the equipment. And how will you classify improper calibration of equipment? Naku, sinabi ko na yan kanina. That is a systematic error. Therefore, anong na-analyze mo? Children, there are two types of systematic error. There are two types. Ano yung first? Trend. Ano yung pangalawa? Shift. Oh my gosh. There are two types of systematic error. We have trend and we have shift. Mom, iba po ba yung type sa example? Mom, deterioration of reagent, is it an example or is it a type? Example. Mom, yung improper calibration of the equipment. Example. Take note. Hindi ko sinabing types kanina, sinabi ko examples. Do not forget that. So trend and shift are types of systematic error. Take note I'm a very specific professor. Nilagay ko main cause Hindi ko lang sinabing cause of shift. Oh my goodness gracious. Main. Next. And other causes. Change in reagent formulation. Change in reagent lot number. What is the rule of CLSI? Clinical and Laboratory Standards and Institute. Ideally, the lot number, guys, should be same for 12 months. Halimbawa, January 1, nag-measure ka ng uric acid. Ang lot number po ng uric acid reagent na ginamit mo, 001 ang lot number, January 1, 2022. Anong sabi ng CLSI? Ideally, the 001 lot number of uric acid should be same till December 31, 2022. Why? Because when you change the lot number, you need to recalibrate the equipment. When you change the formulation of the reagent, you need to recalibrate the reagent. What do you mean by formulation? Aba, ay yung ginamit mong reagent ng uric acid noong January 1 na lot number 001, example na to example from Abbott Company. Ngayon, June 1, bukas na yon, June 1, 2022, in fairness ang lot number 001 pa rin. Pero napansin mo, ay, hindi na siya Abbott, Beckman na yung reagent mo. Pero pareho ng lot number. Pero magkaiba ng brand ng reagent. And that is reagent formulation. You have to recalibrate the equipment. If you don't recalibrate, anong error? Shift. Ano yon? Systematic error. Nagkakaintindihan ba tayo mga kapatid sa paniniwala? Ma'am, you mean when we change the lot number of the reagent, we have to recalibrate the equipment. Otherwise, there is sudden change in the test performance. Correct. Mom, when we change the brand or when we replace the brand of the reagent, that is reagent formulation, we need also to recalibrate the equipment. Correct. Otherwise, there is what? Sudden change or abrupt change in the test performance. That is shift. Huwag mong kalilimutan. Guys, ma'am, ano po si change in reagent formulation tsaka reagent lot? Main causes or other causes? Other causes. Ang main, isa lang. Don't forget. What else? Outlier is a highly deviating value. Ma'am, anong ibig sabihin ng highly deviating? Not same, not close with other values. Ay, napakadali nito, children. Tignan mo, 86, 85, 86, 92. 86, 86. So which of these values is an outlier? 92.1. That is an outlier. That is a highly deviating value. Take note of that. Ano pagtatandaan natin, children? What is the cause of outlier? Anong nakalagay sa book mo? Either random or systematic error. These are causes of outlier. Kahit alin sa dalawa na yan. However, the most common cause of outlier, guys, or most common cause of, having an outlier value is pipetting error. That is the most common cause. Ano ba si pipetting error? Random or systematic error? Saan siya nakaklasify? Yes, that is a random error. Gail Floresta, excellent. And also we have Fernandez Kaizel and Christine Briñas, excellent, same. That is random error. Huwag kalilimutan. Ma'am, pwede ka po maka-identify ng systematic error dito? Oh, yes. Pero anong madalas? The cause is pipetting error. Oops! Ayan. Bibigyan kita ng example. Pinakita yan sa'yo sa board exam. Anong una mong tatandaan na pwede i-question sa'yo? How do you call this quality control chart? Ay naku, obviously, ano yan? Children. Gaussian ba yan? VMAS? LJ? Or UDEN? LJ. Excellent. Tapos sagot ng LJ. Excellent. Direct message. Excellent. Okay. Next question. Guys, this is control number 1, so this is normal control. Tandaan, every routine test, dalawang quality control chart. Kasi meron kang abnormal control at saka meron kang normal control. So meron kang abnormal control values, meron kang normal control values. Why do you have to plot all the control values? To tell you if there is accuracy and precision. Inaccuracy or imprecision. Take note. Next question. May nakikita ka bang analytical error? O anong iisipin mo agad analytical error? Random or systematic. Mom, ang lalim. O sige, bababawang ko. Meron bang trend, shift, or outlier? Pag sinabi mo, Mom, there is a shift. Okay, tell me the first day and the last day. Mom, there is a trend. Oh, tell me the first day and the last day. Mom, there is an outlier. Oh, identify the days. Magsimula tayo sa trend at saka shift. Anong meron dito sa control, sa illustration na to? Para ngayon palang masanay ka na mag-identify. Trend, shift, or both? Trend, shift, or both? What is our answer? Trend, shift, or both? It is actually what? Shift. There's a shift, guys. Not trend, not both, but shift. O, sabihin ko sa'yo, ilang araw dapat para masabi mong trend? At least 6 days. Para masabi mong shift, at least 6 days. Continuously. Okay. Mom, nasaan yung shift? Take note that the red is the 3S. The other red, lower, is the negative 3S. Mom, bakit positive, negative? Positive means upper values. Negative means lower values. Katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, 100 plus or minus 10. Ay, oo nga. 90 to 110. So, yung 90 mo, yung negative standard deviation. Yung 110 mo, positive standard deviation. Take note of that. Next. So, the yellow is the 2S. And, Mom, bakit walang 1S? Hindi nilagay. Sinadya ko tong picture na to para baka maka-encounter ka ng ganito ah. O, ayun ang 1S. O, 1S positive, 1S negative. Ma'am, ano yung green line? Mean line. Tandaan mo guys, day 18, 19, 20, 21, dire-diretso hanggang 24, 27, 18 to 27, below the mean, 6 days or more. What is that? Shift. That is shift. And what is the cause of shift? Main cause, improper calibration of the equipment. And this is a systematic error. Take note of that. That is day 18 to 27, all below the mean. Pagdating ng 28, saka lang above the mean. So, ma'am, hindi mo ika-count yung 28 sa answer because shift is either lower mean or upper mean. Lower mean continuously 6 days or more. Upper mean continuously 6 days or more. Take note of that. Oops, do we have trend? Almost but incomplete. So look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ay, ilan dapat? 6 days. Kaya wala pong trend. Ano lang meron? It is the shift. Dapat continuously yan. Ma'am, ibig mong sabihin ang trend can cross the mean line. Check. Pwede, dito lang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ay, oo nga. Or dito lang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ay, oo nga. Pwedeng upper mean, pwedeng lower mean, pwedeng crossing the mean line. But you only say it is trend if it is either increasing or decreasing. Eh pag sinabi mong shift, neither increasing nor decreasing. It's like almost a flat line. Just upper or lower consistently 6 days or more. Do not forget that. Do we have trend? None. Almost there. Kaya lang 4 days. Do we have outliers? Oh, yes. Mom, what do you mean by highly deviating value? Children, ano bang ideal standard deviation ni LJ? Plus or minus 2S. To be considered in control, according to Levy-Jennings, to be considered in control, all control values should be within plus or minus 2S. Within plus or minus 2S. Any control value outside the plus or minus 2SD lines, they are all outliers. So ang tanong, sino po dito outlier? Day 5. Ipapa-identify sa'yo ang day. Day 5, ano pa? 8, ano pa? 11, what else? 17, what else? 25, what else? 27. Mo, bakit outliers? Lagpas po ng plus or minus 2S. Tingnan mo itong day 14 ha. Please focus on day 14. Tingnan mo kasi day 14. Ma'am, hindi ba nasa yellow line siya? Kasi day 6, no, it did not actually touch the middle line. Hindi niya na-touch siya. Hindi niya halos na-touch yung yellow. Nasa lower part talaga siya. Kaya take note, it's not considered outliers. Ang outliers, ito naka-red at saka yung naka-yellow dot. Yung mga naka-black, hindi po yan outliers. Because they are within plus or minus 2S. Pag napunta sa middle yung dot, that is an outlier. But if it is lower like this, nasa baba lang siya, take note. What else? And therefore, the last is the Westgard chart. Oh, sabi ni Westgard, the use of upper and lower limit is not enough to identify problems. Sino kaya pinapakinggan ni Westgard? Sino kaya mahilig sa upper and lower limit? Si Levy-Jennings. Sabi ni Levy-Jennings, sabi ni Westgard, Levy-Jennings, not all the time, it is plus or minus 2S. Kasi si Levy-Jennings, masyado siyang strict. Isa lang ang kanyang control rule. What is the only control rule of Levy-Jennings to be considered in control? All control values should be within plus. Take note. Si Westgard created multiple control rules. Take note of that. Yung mga may book, nakita mo dyan, guys, yung illustration. Westgard created multiple control rules. And what are these control rules? Multiple control rules. First, 1, 2S. What is 1, 2S? Take note ha, guys. One control value exceeds either exceeds negative 3 standard deviation or exceeds positive, exceeds nasa labas, or exceeds positive 3 standard deviation, either negative 3s or positive 3s. One control value, isa lang naman, exceeds, take note, one negative 3s here or the positive 3s there, anong tawag natin doon? 1 3s. Take note, 1 3s. Ma'am, bakit nakita ko dito sa libro, may 1 2s. Eto si 1 2s. Pag sinabi mo 1 2s, one control value exceeds not 3. It exceeds positive 2s or it exceeds negative 2s. Take note, negative 2s. How do we call that rule? 1 2s rule. Pag sinabi natin 1 2s rule, is it a warning rule or is it a rejection rule based on Westgard multiple control rules? It is a what? Warning rule. Pag sinabi natin warning, no, excellent, Rafael, Christine, Justin, Ann Amar, and Fernandez, Kaisel, Jan, pag sinabi po natin pag sinabi, meron phone in question pala dito. Ma'am, question na po, hindi po ba 90 to 25 days bilang trend? Pag sinabi nating trend, it is continuously decreasing or continuously increasing. If the values are almost plateau, merong konting mag-i-increase, isang mag-decrease, that is not a trend. Because trend, you can see downward, you can see upward continuously with unbroken lines. Kung tawag natin unbroken, dire-diretso trending upward or dire-diretso trending downward. That is trend. But if you see values on the upper mean, lower mean, almost plateau, may mag-i-increase man napaka-konti isa. No? And it is not continuous, 6 days or more, that is not a trend. Kasi ang trend dapat trending, kita lang na trending pababa o kaya pataas. And when you say trend, dalawang tatandaan natin sa trend, either upper trend, lower trend, or it will cross the main line. Wala tayong nakita doon na 6 days or more na dire-diretsong bababa, or 6 days or more dire-diretsong mataas. 4 days lang. Yung 19 to 25, okay, babalikan ko lang ito, guys. Kasi ganyan talaga pag may mga phone-in questions. Okay? Take note, guys, 18 ito, 18. Hindi to trend. Kasi pag trend to, dapat dire-diretso siya bumabang gano'n. O kaya ito, dire-diretso siya umangat. Wala tayong bakit nakita ang trend dito. Amen? Ma'am, sa 2019 version po, hindi po nasama si 1 2s rule, naputol po yung table. Thank you, Justin Amar, for saying it. Alam mo, parang ganyan na ganyan yung pagkakasabi mo, no? Huwag ka maglala, Justin. Magna-number 1 ka pa rin sa board exam, okay? Balikan ko lang ito kasi ayoko nang may hindi makakatulog tayo. Wala. Ang trend dapat ganito dire-diretsong ganyan. O kaya umabot ng 6 days yan. Or imagine ito hypothetical, imagine mo, tumaas naman ng gano'n yan. Pero guys, hindi pwedeng backward ang days kasi ang days kailangan progressive. Imagine lang to, imagine na, kunyari mula naman dito, pababa naman ng gano'n. Yun talaga ang trend. Ito po ay wala dito. Okay, take note. What else? So going back, balik na tayo sa problema ni Justin, naputol, yung 2019 version. Actually, 2020 yan. No? And I-explain ko yan sa lahat. Bakit 2019 to kung 2020 to? Kasi guys, nag-pandemic, di ba? Ito ang buong kwento niya, nag-pandemic. Napakadami pang stocks ng 2019 cover. Nag-close ang mga review centers, etc., etc., etc. However, ang laman ng libro nyo ay 2020 edition. Yung cover lang po ang 2019. Pero ang laman 2020. Tignan mo, match na match kayo sa akin. Yung mga nakapakinig ng March, nasasabi mo, oo nga, hindi ng lecture ni Ma'am sa amin. Nasabi ko na sa'yo. It means this is still on board. Okay? Thank you po, Ma'am. You're welcome. Going back again. O, yung mga naputol dyan, eto na ha. Ma'am, bakit nandito sa'yo 1, 2S? Relax, relax. One control value exceeds. Pag sinabi ko po, kailan ha, relax ako. Guys, pag sinabi kong exceeds, lumagpas ka sa guhit ha, lumagpas ka dyan, lumagpas ka kaya tinawag na exceeds, take note. Exceeds plus 2, exceeds negative 2s, that is not a rejection rule. That is a warning rule. What do you mean by warning rule? 1, 2s is a warning rule, meaning for screening purposes. What do you mean by screening? Mag-ingat ka. Sa susunod na araw, hindi na warning rule yan. Baka rejection rule. You have to check your machine, you have to check your reagent, you have to check your control samples so that you avoid another warning rule. Kasi pag another warning rule, hindi maganda yun. Or the worst, it will be a rejection rule. 1, 3S rule, I think sinabi ko sa'yo kanina, one control value exceeds 3S or exceeds positive 3S. How do we call that rule in Westgard? 1, 3S rule. Oh, it's already 3S. It's not a warning rule. It is a what? Rejection rule. But what is the cause of one control value exceeding 3S? Yung lumagpas ka ng 2S, problema na. Yung lumagpas ka ng 3S, mas malaki ang problema. So what is the error if it is 1, 3S rule? Random error. Mom, what do you mean by random error? Any of the random errors that we have enumerated, starting from mislabeling up to dirty optics. Take note. Next, how about 2-2S rule? 1-2S rule is warning rule. 2-2S rule, ayun ang sabi ko sa inyo na doble na. That is rejection. It means there are systematic errors. What else? There are two, guys, ano ang babasahin mo sa exam ha? What is the definition of 2-2S rule? There are two consecutive values. Two consecutive control values outside 2S. Guys, kailangan magkasunod ha? Two consecutive control values to say it is 2-2S rule. What is the error? Systematic error. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God. According to Westgard, if there are 4 consecutive control values, take note of the word consecutive. There are 4 consecutive control values outside the negative 1 standard deviation, outside the positive 1 standard deviation, and there are 4 consecutive control values outside 1S. According to Westgard, it is 4-1S rule. What is the cause of the 4-1S rule? Systematic error. Any of the systematic error from improper calibration of the equipment down to impracticability or poorly written procedure. Do not forget the children. Next, oops, naku, ito ang masaya. Pansinin mo guys. Day 5, outside the negative 2 standard deviation. Oops, day 6, we call that range. Day 5, outside negative 2 standard deviation, lower mean. Day 6, oh my goodness, the range, it is now outside positive 2 standard deviation. Wide range from lower mean to upper mean, from negative 2S to positive 2S. What is that rule? R4S. It means when you say R4S, the range or difference exceeds 4 standard deviation. Mom, bakit 4 standard deviation? 2S plus 2S. Mom, bakit mo inad? Lower mean, then upper mean. Kaya ang tawag ko doon, range. So what is the meaning of R in R4S? Range. The range exceeds what? 4 standard deviation. From lower mean to upper mean. And what is the cause of R4S? Kasi napaka-extreme. From lower 2S to upper 2S. What is the cause of R4S? Random error. Children, what is the real meaning and the correct meaning of R in R4S? Is it range? Is it random? Or is it both? What is the correct meaning of R in R4S? Naku, I'm a very specific professor. Is it range? Is it random? Or is it both? The answer is what? Range. Kanina sinabi ko guys, excellent. Ang daming sumagot. What is the answer? Range. Huwag mong kalilimutan yan, guys. Huwag ka malilito. Pero meron ka ng clue. What is the cause of R4S? Random error. But what is the meaning of R? Never random. It is range. Take note of that, guys. Ano pa tatandaan mo, children? Guys, when you say R4S, it should be 2 consecutive days. Naku. Because you will not determine the range if it is not 2 consecutive days. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. There are 10 consecutive control values, either upper mean or lower mean. I said either upper mean or lower mean. Guys, na ibig sabihin, it did not cross the mean line. Tignan mo maigi yung question. Basahin mo maigi yung question. Which of the following is the correct description of 10x rule? There are 10 consecutive control values, neither increasing nor decreasing. I said neither increasing nor decreasing, either on the upper mean or the lower mean, consistently upper mean, consistently lower mean, 10 days or more. That is 10x rule. What is the cause of the 10x rule? Systematic error. Take note of that. Mom, di ba sa Levy-Jennings, children, pag nakakita ka ng ganito, illustrations, and the question is about Levy-Jennings chart, how do you call this error? If the question is about Levy-Jennings chart and you see continuous values, control values on the upper mean or the lower mean, neither increasing nor decreasing. If the question is about Levy-Jennings chart, how do you call this error? Naku, kasasabi ko lang yan kanina. What is that error if it is continuously on the upper mean or the lower mean, neither increasing nor decreasing, just in the upper or lower mean? What is the answer? Excellent. Those who answer shift. That is a shift. Gabriela, Francia, Neon or Neon, Mayan, Kim, Kimberly, Bote. I'm sorry, but Justin and Amar. The answer is what? Shift. Guys, hindi yan trend. Bakit trend? Ang trend kasi continuously increasing or decreasing. How many days? Hindi ka magde-declare ng trend hanggang hindi siya maabot ng how many days? Continuously decreasing or increasing for how many days, children? Wala ka nakita dyan continuously increasing or decreasing. Wala. It should be how many days to say trend? 6 days. Should be continuously, yan, diretso yan dapat na gano'n. Wala. Or diretso sa 6 days, what? These are just upper or lower mean, continuous, almost plateau. We call that shift. Basahing maigi yung question. In Westgard multiple rules, sabi sa'yo, there are 10 values which are continuously increased or continuously on the upper mean or continuously on the lower mean. 10 values. Westgard control rule, that is the shift. That is what? 10x rule. Take note of that. That is 10x rule. Next. So, paano mo isa-summarize ang mga common Westgard rules? 22S, 41S, 10x. Let me say it again. 22S, 41S, 10x. Lahat yan ano? Even numbers. 2, 4, 1S, 10x rule, all even, they're all systematic errors. R4S is random error. R4S. But R is not random. R is what? Range. 1,3S rule is what? Random. But 1,2S is warning rule. Next. Ito Westgard to ha. Tingnan mo itsura ng Westgard. Kapareho din kay Levy-Jennings. Ano ang pinagkaiba niya kay Levy-Jennings? Be careful in the examination. If according to Westgard, basahin mo maigi yung question, guys. According to Westgard, multiple control rules. If there are 7 control values which are either increasing or decreasing, according to Westgard, it is trending. Nakita mo ba? It's either increasing, children, or decreasing. Oops, ang pinagkaiba niya kay Levi Jennings, it should be 7 days for Westgard. So anong tawag natin sa rule na yon? 7T rule. Why 7? 7 continuously control values increasing or decreasing. Oops, sinabi ko sa'yo kanina, ang trend can cross the mean line. It is either upper trend, lower trend, or can cross the mean line. SE shift, just upper or lower. Ano po ang cause ng 7T rule? Systematic error. What else? And how about, kasi baka malito ka dito. Naku, ma'am. Parang may kanya kanina akong nakita. Oh, bilangin mo ko ilan. 1, 2, 3. Tatlo lang. There are 3 consecutive control values outside the negative 1s or could be outside the positive 1s, but there are 3 consecutive control values, guys, either outside the negative 1s or outside the positive 1s. What is that Westgard rule? 3-1s rule. Ma'am, di ba may binanggit ka po kaninang 4-1s rule? Check. Meron pang 3-1s rule? Check. Both caused by what? Systematic errors. What else? Next, please take a photo. Baka itong itanong sa iyo. Additional Westgard control rules. Please, there are actually 2. Take a photo, please. If it is not in your book, take a photo. The 22S, or sometimes they call it the 2.5S. Amazing. 8.1S or the 8.1.5S. Amazing. Papansinin mo, guys, pareho siyang systematic errors. Take note. The 8.1S or the 8.1.5S determines systematic trend error. Ma'am, ibig mong sabihin, yung systematic trend, decreasing, increasing, check. Oops, ano po nakalagay dyan? It detects a developing. It may not be the perfect trend, but it is a starting trend. Meron ka dyan sa book mo, 8.1S, do not forget. And it has 0% false alert rate. Wala siyang false alert rate. That is the 8.1S. Take a photo, please. Very important. Take note. Next, binalagay ko siya dyan para okay tayo. Example, so therefore, this is our final slide, guys. Therefore, mayroon sa'yo itatanong sa board exam. Which of the following quality control charts is the best chart if our concern is to what is the, pag tinanong ko sa board exam, guys, okay. Pasensya na sa interruption, children. Guys, tinanong ko sa exam, which of the quality control charts is the best QC chart? If our intention is to interpret the results of the internal quality control testing. Gaussian, LJ, Uden, or the QSUM chart is the best quality control chart that should be utilized if the intention is to interpret the result of the internal quality control testing. What is our answer? Siyempre, isipin, walang mabubuklat ng books. Eye to eye lang tayo. Tandaan po natin, August ang board exam natin. So kaya lahat ng trainings na nakuha mo sa school, sa professors mo specifically in clinical chemistry, ngayon mo ma-appreciate. nagtiyaga siyang bigyan ka ng sandamukal na quizzes, even if you are trying, trying to be resistant already, isa lang kasi ang nasa mission niya. Because you will be taking the licensure exam after graduation. Tanong, Ma'am, wala po akong nakitang ganyan sa mga books. Huwag kang matatakot because clinical chemistry is analysis. Sinabi ko na sa iyo yan, guys. Hindi mo talaga na, Ma'am, wala dito sa book mo, Ma'am. Correct. Because clinical chem is analysis. Kaya sinasanay kita. At huwag kang matatakot. Kaya mo sagutan ang board exam. You just have really to analyze the question. Question, which of this is the best? For internal quality control testing, wala nga sa buko yan. Hindi ko nga binanggit siya. Hindi na kasi kailangan banggitin. Tatandaan mo lang, sabi ko, ano ba itsura ng mga quality control charts? And what is the purpose of internal quality control testing? Paulit-ulit ko sinabi sa kanina, what is the purpose of internal QC testing? Excellent, Justin and Amar. Daily monitoring. Ay, babalik ka sa chart. Sino ba ang chart na may daily monitoring? May calendar days. Sabi nga ni Justin Amar, it is good for daily monitoring. Correct. Because pag sinabi mong daily, kailangan pakakita ka doon ng calendar days. What is our answer? Everybody answered Levy Jennings chart. Ang dami nila, guys. Or Schuhart, sabi ni Carlos Katrina. Correct. That is the Levy Jennings. Why? Because that is the only chart with calendar days. This way, that is best for daily monitoring. Do not ever forget that. True or false? External quality control testing requires QC chart. If internal quality control testing requires a QC chart, that is the Levy Jennings. That's why it is incorporated in every clinical chemistry analyzer, because we need to check if there are shifts, there are trends, there are other rules, control rules. As external quality control testing ba may QC chart? Meron or wala? Wala. Because always remember that this is for long-term monitoring. The analysis is only once a month. So we cannot create a reliable quality control chart because that is a once a month testing. A quality control chart should have consecutive testings, daily consecutive testings. And what is the best? That is Levy Jennings. So as a QC quality control chart, wala po external QC, wala sang QC chart. Ang may QC chart, si internal QC. Take note of that. Next question. Westgard control rule also created Westgard control chart. In other words, do we have a separate chart only made for Westgard control rules? Do we have a separate quality control chart only made for the Westgard multiple control rules? Meron ba tayong Westgard quality control chart or wala? Kung board exam ngayon, tinanong ka, which of the following quality control charts is utilized, guys, in the interpretation of the Westgard multiple control rules? What is your answer? Westgard chart, Levy Jennings, Gaussian, QSAM, or the twin plot? To interpret the Westgard multiple control rules, which quality control chart should be used? Is it the Westgard chart, Levy Jennings, Gaussian, QSAM, Uden, nakakalimutan ko na pangalan, Uden plot? What is our answer? Kung anong answer mo sa akin ngayon, yan ang answer mo talaga sa board exam. Lahat ng sinasagot nyo sa akin dito ngayon, children, even if, Mom, I cannot post my answer, nahihiya po ako, walang problema doon. Basta you are answering questions, ha? Before I'll give you the correct answer, sayang ang review. Mom, ang dami ko na pong error. Children, always remember that errors are the greatest professors. Magkamali ka na ngayon, hindi sa board exam. And remember that our brain cells can only remember the mistakes. Isn't it amazing that our brain cells will only remember the mistakes, not our highness, not our greatness, but our mistakes? That's why I'm always saying that humility is the greatest tower behind the shadow of excellence. Ma'am, pwede po pakiulit, ilalagay ko po sa Facebook. At akala nila patay na naman ako. Okay? I'm always saying that humility is the greatest tower behind the shadow of excellence. Kaya, ma'am, yung mga nagpo-post po ba dyan sa inyo na private message, tama lahat ang answers nila. Hindi, may mali din. Marami nga lang tama. Kunti-kunti lang ang mali. Pero, tandaan mo, children, yung mali mo, forever na siyang magiging correct. Bakit? Even if there are many questions that you will encounter, you will never forget your mistake. Kaya, kung nakikinig ka lang sa lecture, just listening, you are not answering all these questions, sayang po ang review na ito. Tatandaan po natin, you came from a mixed mode of learning. You came from virtual and on-site. Ang board exam mo po ay on-site. What is the answer? What is the chart that should be used by Westgard? Oh, multiple control rules. Ipapakita ko sa iyo guys ha. Tandaan natin, mali po ako. Huwag ka matatakot kung mali ka because pag nagkamali ka, hindi na magiging error yan forever. That will be accurate forever kasi matatandaan mo yung sagot. Anong ginamit po ni Westgard control rules when Westgard was explaining the multiple control rules? Ito ba ay Gaussian? Q-sum? Never. This is not letter B. Is this two sets of statistical values? Pag sinabi po natin two sets of statistical values, X and Y axis yon. That is the twin plot. That is the Uden plot. I never. You see here, you have one stat value and you have calendar days. In short, isn't it that Westgard created the Westgard multiple control rules, but Westgard actually used the Levy-Jennings chart in interpreting the multiple control rules. Ang kinreate po ni Westgard, multiple control rules. Ma'am, ano po ginamit ni Westgard to illustrate the multiple control rules? Never the Westgard chart kasi wala siyang chart. Westgard used the Levy-Jennings chart. So, tatanungin mo na naman ako, ma'am, bakit po pinahiram ni Levy-Jennings yung chart niya? Naku, sinabi kanina ni Levy-Jennings. Levy-Jennings chart or the Shewhart-Levy-Jennings plot is the most commonly used quality control chart. Why? Because it allows the laboratorians to apply multiple rules with or without a computer. Kaya pala, ma'am, hiniram ni Westgard si Levy-Jennings chart kasi you can apply multiple control rules. Right. Kaya pag tinanong ko sa board exam, which of the following charts is utilized to illustrate the multiple control rules? Is it a Westgard chart? Never. Is it Gaussian? No. Is it Uden? No. Is it the Q-sum? Never. What is the answer? The Levy-Jennings chart or the Shewhart chart. Nagkakaintindihan ba tayo mga kapatid sa paniniwala? Very important yan ha. Ang kinreate ni Westgard, multiple control rules but never a QC chart. So therefore, tanong, ma'am, kanino mo ba tinatanong sa amin yung mga control values na yan? Children, pag sinabi natin control values, take note children ha, control values are what type of values? Ma'am, numbers, of course. Paano to be specific? Katulad dito, children, binigay ko sa iyo kanina itong example na to. 75 plus or minus, 100 plus or minus, 100 plus or minus, 2 plus or minus. Question. These are all control values. These are examples of control values. Children, tinanong ka sa exam sa August 2022. Sabi sa iyo, which of the following A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the control values? In short, itong 75 to 2.0, what are these values? Ma'am, control values, correct. Ma'am, yung plus or minus 5 to plus or minus 1.0, anong tawag din po dyan, ma'am? Control values. Check. Ang tanong, saan galing yung mga values na yan? To be specific, it's in your book actually. Baka ma-skip to site mo kasi kaya gusto kong sabihin sa'yo. These are what? Statistical values. Naku, wag mo kakalimutan. Ma'am, control values are statistical values. Matagal na children. Ang discussion natin, clinical chemistry ha. In clinical chemistry, control values are statistical values. Of course, you will ask that question. Ma'am, nakalagay po dito sa book mo, marami pong examples ng stat values. Tama. May mean, may SD, may CB, may variance, may t-test, may f-test, may mode, may median, may SDI. Perfect. Sino po yung 75 to 2.0? Children. That's why we call them target values. Ito ang mga target values mo, 75 to 2.0. Anong tawag dyan? Mean values. Mom, are you telling us that the mean values are the true values in quality control? Check. That the target values are also known as the true values in quality control? Check. And this target value or true value is simply the mean value? Check. And what are these plus and minuses? Plus and minuses, the limits of dispersion. Naku guys, isa lang naman po ang limit of dispersion. What is that? Only statistical value known as the measure of dispersion. What is our answer? SD. So therefore, ma'am, control values are mean and SD. Check. Naku, huwag mong kakalimutan yan guys. That is so important. Control values are statistical values. And to be specific, what type of statistical value? Mean and SD. Kaya parati ko pong inuulit-ulit kanina pa na may araw pa, meron pang liwanag. Ano sinabi ko, children? That control sample is a known analytical sample. And the purpose of using control samples, every series of measurement, is because the control sample will tell you if there is accuracy and precision. Bakit ang tapang-tapang ng control sample? Ang sabi niya, I am a very powerful known sample because without me, you cannot release any result in chemistry. Totoo ba yun? Yes, because control sample will tell you if there is accuracy and precision. At what level? Because control values are statistical values. And only statistical values in chemistry will confirm reliability. At what level? Because mean is the only measure of accuracy. Likewise, the only measure of inaccuracy, systematic error. Whereas SD is the fundamental measure of precision. That is the reason why control values can determine accuracy and precision, inaccuracy and imprecision, because control values are simply mean and standard deviation. Quality control is a system that ensures accuracy and precision. Anong iisipin mo? Ma'am, kaya pala may napansin po ako sa quality control chart. Guys, what are the only statistical values you notice present in every quality control chart? The Gaussian, the QSAM, the Uden, two sets pa. And Levy-Jennings, ano ang napansin mong quality control, statistical values present in every quality control chart? Lalo na si Gaussian, wala kang bell sheet pag wala tong dalawang values na to. And what are these statistical values? Again, present in every quality control chart. Napansin mo yan? The mean and the standard deviation. Bakit mean and SD? Nako, alam ko tatanungin mo na naman ako, Dr. Rodriguez, Dean, di ba sabi mo kanina, quality control chart contains control values, period. Correct. Eh bakit mo sinabi, ma'am, that every quality control chart contains mean and SD? Ay, hindi ba nakita mo every quality control chart contains mean and SD? Ma'am, sabi mo control values. Mean and SD are control values. They are the control values. Did you learn something new? My dear students, did you enjoy this lecture? Did you learn something new? I don't need... Ay, wala na yan. Tapos na tayo dyan. Nagkaintindihan ba tayo, mga kapatid, sa paniniwala? I hope you learned something new, children. I hope I was able to clarify the mean and SD. Kaya pala parati na lang kami pinapakompute ng mean and SDs. Yung pala, they are the control values. Tumpak. Hindi lang yun, ha? The quality control chart contains control values naman. Kaya pala nakita ko mean and SD lang ang nasa quality control chart because they are the control values. Amen? At alam ko, happy ka. Alas 6 na ng gabi, promise. Alam ko, happy ka. At matutulog ka ng happy. Bakit? Kasi yellow ang control. Okay? At ang standard ay colorless. At happy ka. Proud na proud ka sa sarili mo. Bakit? Ang sabi mo, there are two types of systematic error. Sabi mo, oh my, alam nyo guys, kung face-to-face to, makikita ko expression nyo na kung kakaiba ka pag lumabas ka ng classroom. What is that? Because that is the trend and the shift. At higit sa lahat, proud na proud ka. Ano yon? Ma'am, si Westguard pala, ang kinreate lang niya, multiple control rules. Multiple control rules. Tama. Kaya pala napapansin ko, ma'am, sa mga books, yung Westguard chart, kamukha ni Levy Jennings chart. So hindi ko na alam ano ba ito Westguard chart? Ba ito Levy Jennings chart? Relax. That is LJ chart. Take note of that. And that's why I know. At higit sa lahat, happy ka. Ano sabi mo? There are two sources of control. Kakaiba ka na ngayon. Sabi mo, there is a human base and there is a bovine base. At anong na-realize mo? Kaya pala nababasa ko sa internet, sa Google search, merong bovine controls in clinical chemistry. Yung pala yun, ma'am, tumpak. At ngayon ko lang na-realize, ma'am, the blood of the cow, the goat, and the sheep, the biochemical analyze in their blood, same with mine, ma'am. Ma'am, pwede ba na sila mag-blood transfusion? Ay, hindi pa rin. Human to human pa rin ang blood transfusion. Ma'am, anong patunay na pareho tayo ng biochemical analyze? Ay, hindi ba mga kapatid? Yung meat products nila, we can digest, we can eat, wala naman tayo naging effect sa katawan. O diba? Yung milk products nila, pwede mo ring inumin. Wala ring effect sa katawan natin. Why? Because we have the same biochemical makeup. Good night! Amazing! Yeah. I hope you learned something. Alam ko na sasabihin nyo, naku ma'am, totoo pala yung sinasabi sa Facebook. Huwag kaming maniniwala sa schedule mo, ma'am. Sinungaling talaga. Kasi umaabot ka ng alas 12. Alam nyo guys, sa ASCPI, hanggang 1 a.m. nagle-lecture ako maniwala kay 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Dapat hanggang 11 p.m. lang. Bakit ka nag-extend ng 2 hours? Eh kasi yung nag-review sa ASCPI, paalis na kinabukasan, papunta na ng US, so they have to pass the exam. Okay? I hope I was able to help you. Guys, matulog na kayo ngayon na. Yes, yes, thank you so much. Yes, Danica, you're welcome. Children, matulog. Pagkatapos ng lecture, kumain ka, mag-toothbrush ka, huwag ka na mag-Netflix, matulog ka. Bakit? Kasi ang lecture natin bukas amazing. Pagbukas ng sunflower, ano yon? 7 a.m. Was it announced to you, children? Yes, super thank you also to everyone. Ma'am, bakit 7 a.m. tayo bukas? Guys, patawarin. Alam nyo, matagal ko nang sinasabi yung kay Sir Moraleta talaga, Sir, palitan mo na ako. Wag na ako mag-lecture ng clinical chem. Honestly, gusto ko na nga may kapalit ako, children, kasi yung schedule ko napakahirap. Alam nyo ba nung face-to-face? Ma'am, nung face-to-face, ang lecture mo hanggang 9 p.m. Hanggang 9 p.m. Actually, pinakamatagal na yung 9, 10 p.m. Hindi ako lumalagpas ng 9-10. Kasi pagdating ng 9-11, nagtatransform na yung mga kaharap ko. Kakaiba na yung mga itsura nila. So, ma'am, ibig mo sabihin, ma'am, ang lecture mo nun, ma'am, hanggang 9 p.m. Yeah. Imagine our students, umuwi ng Batangas, ng Bulacan. Naku, maaawa ka. Tapos kinabukasan ng lecture ko, 7 a.m. Ma'am, bakit ang pangit ang schedule mo? Kaya nga guys, sabi ko sa inyo, because of my tight schedule and other responsibilities, that's the reason why ayoko na talagang mag-lecture sa review center. Kaya lang, tatanungin ko kayo, ano, magpapapalit na ba ako? Madali akong kausap. Ako pa ba bukas o hindi na? Tuloy ba ito o tuloy? may nag-message dito. Naku, ang daming kislam. Wait, thank you. Nakakatawa ito. Ma'am, first review ko palang top 1. Top 1 na answer. Nako, marami pa kayong matututunan, children. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Walang matitibag, tama. Thank you ha. Kasi sa totoo lang guys, sinasabi ko nga kay Ma'am Edith, kay Ma'am Jo, iba na lang mag-lecture kasi nahihiya na ako sa mga student. 23 years na akong ganito guys. Ilang taon na ba ako sa Pioneer? 20 years in Pioneer. With my schedule. Sobrang hirap guys. Totoo talaga yan. Ikaw lang sapat na. Binobola niyo talaga ako. Thank you so much also for the learnings, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you for, accepting my very different schedule. Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed our discussion. Ako, marami pa akong i-share sa inyo, promise. Guys, itong gagawin natin sa clinical. You're going to answer all the questions. And pag half day lang tayo, matulog ka. Bukas, matulog ka, pahinga ka kasi puyat. Pagkagising mo, kung anong inaral natin ng day 1, anong inaral natin ng day 2, babasahin mo agad yun. Pagkabasa mo, dalhin mo agad yung HAR mo. HAR, Shula, lahat CLS review, lahat na may Q&A. Sagutin mo agad. Ma'am, ganun kabilis. You answer kung ano pinag-discuss na natin, quality control and analytical methods. You answer it quickly. Bakit? August ang board exam. Alam ko na sagot mo. Ma'am, sa August 2025 pa po ako mag-board exam. August 2022 na. You can do it. Bye! Thank you so much.